fight of the evening. A kickboxing contest consisting of 5 1.5-minute rounds for the ICO British title. Let's welcome first in the red corner, Calpanovs. And his opponent in the blue corner, Charlie the Joker Bache. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a kickboxing contest consisting of 5 1.5-minute rounds for the ICO British title. Let's welcome one more time, fighting out of the red corner, representing RG Kickboxing. He's got a kickboxing record of 5 wins and only 1 loss. Calpanovs. And his opponent in the blue corner, fighting out of AW Kickboxing. He is the current BMO area champion, BLCC English and British champion, the WRSA 5 Nations and the ISKA British champion, Charlie the Joker Bache.
So our first title fight of the evening, Carl. ICO British title over 5 1.5-minute rounds with the precocious talent that is Charlie Bache from Amy Weaver's Kickboxing. Daniels, who's his opponent today, a last-minute replacement. I think he took this at a week's notice after Charlie's previous opponent pulled out. So it'll be interesting to see what he brings to the table here.
Definitely. It takes him back to when I used to box on these kind of bills for these kind of titles. 5 1.5-minute rounds go so fast. They're both looking great. Oh!
I love watching cadets fighters because they mature at different times.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a real strong...
I tell you what I like already. This was something that I used in my world title fight against... can't remember his name. That's really bad. The German guy. But I was using a foot sweep to unsettle him.
You're using a foot sweep as well. It takes the attention away from the head kick, doesn't it?
No, he's complaining there. He should get on with it.
Charlie looks really strong, doesn't he? Really strong, good variety.
Charlie is very sharp. He's got a good hand-to-leg ratio as well. It's not all hands, it's not all legs. Very sharp.
Well, on his last outing here, he knocked out his opponent with an axe kick in the first round, a French opponent in the first round. So
he's very nimble with his legs, very nimble.
Settle down a little bit now. He's going to be picking his shots a little bit more. Daniels rid the storm of that first minute.
When a fighter's for a spinning hook kick in the first round, you know that he just breathes confidence.
That's that one thing about Charlie, though. Sometimes he overcommits. He's so aggressive and offense-minded. Sometimes he overcommits. If Daniels can use that against him, we could be in for an interesting fight here.
As we saw in the last fight, overcommitting sometimes can bring you on to shots. So as he steps up the ladder and fights the better opposition, opponents will see that and draw him onto that. Will draw him into that type of fight where I want you to overcommit, I want you to over-believe in yourself and draw you onto them big shots. So again, that comes with maturity in fights though. And until he's phased with that, he won't know how to take a step back.
Yeah. Both fighters look well conditioned. They look pretty fresh in the corner after that first round. And of course, if Daniels hadn't done his homework about Charlie, that could have been a shock to his system.
Saying Daniels has only took this on about a week or a week and a half's notice, he looks relatively okay. He's not breathing heavy. He doesn't look out of shape. So you can see that he's well seasoned. He trains hard, and obviously he puts the work in the gym.
Well, sometimes you got to seize the moment, haven't you, when you're afforded an opportunity like this?
Well, you see this from the lower levels to the higher levels. People seizing opportunities. I mean, look at Andy Ruiz. I always use this as an example to my fighters. Look at Andy Ruiz. He had 2-3 weeks' notice, goes in and shocks the world and makes himself an overnight superstar.
Sometimes it's not even about the winner, is it? I mean, if Daniels can come in here and put a good account of himself, it sets him up for other things. Great spin kick there from Charlie.
But you see there, he landed that spinning hook kick, then threw a 1-2, but then fell in with his feet. With a bit of a more seasoning, it was like that 1-2, step back and look for that third shot.
Carl, am I right in saying if Charlie just slowed down just a fraction?
If Charlie slowed down a little bit of a fraction, he'd stop this kid.
Yeah,
he's too seasoned. But you see how he's over-eager there, and it just drags him into a bit of a fight. He doesn't need that. He needs to be a bit more polished.
But that is a trait of a novice level fighter, isn't it?
Yes.
That comes with time.
And as we say, this is a cadet fight. So, I mean, the sport's in good hands if this is what we're watching at this age.
Yeah, I mean, how old are these kids? 14, 15 years old?
Oh, good right hand.
But again, travelling on it, losing the power on it.
Yes.
It's finding the target, but it hasn't got that concussion.
Of course, and then sport his work after. Allowed his man just to take a re-step back into the centre of the ring.
Nice jab there, picking his shots better now. See, I like this pace, I like this patience.
Good right hand over the top there. No, but see. Because I do both kickboxing and boxing, I see a different way of fighting now. And the way he's so eager on his hands, an amateur boxer wouldn't do that. He would sit back on that back leg and look to score. Whereas kickboxers, because we're so eager, myself included, that's what I carried into the pro game, is we're so heavy foot forward that we fall into our shots that lose that power a little bit. If Charlie can sit back a little bit, throw his legs at range and sit on his legs and throw his right hands, it caused more problems.
The pace was a little bit slower in that second round. I think Charlie is adjusting. It's that nervous energy, isn't it, from the change room to the first round?
And let's be honest, is this his first title fight or second? He's still finding his feet in this game. It's all another 3-4 years of this, and where will the kid be? That's not to take anything away from Daniels. Daniels hanging in there and still landing himself.
Again, Charlie measuring a little bit more now, which is good.
Oh, good head kick there. Good head kick by Daniels there, though.
Oh, but the axe kick.
When he comes back. See, I'd love to see Charlie who just took a step back there and measured his shots a bit better. He'd have stopped him there. He had him hurt.
That axe kick is a really underused kick in kickboxing, though, isn't it?
I remember seeing Lee Whitfield at the Magnum Centre in Birmingham knock someone out.
Slip there.
Knock someone out with an axe kick. I remember using the corner, I believe.
But you know, it's sometimes a shock to the system when you get caught with an axe kick. It's what was that? And then while you're thinking what was that, you're getting caught with the follow-up attack.
Neil, I'll give you a little bit of credit here. The first time I ever saw an inverted axe kick, so a traditional axe kick was out and in.
Yeah.
Where you started to bring it in and out, like bring it out to in. So ours would go around and up and bring it down the centre. You go out off that back leg.
It's just that different line of attack, isn't it?
Yeah, and that was something that your gym did really well. When I was coming through the scene, I know myself and Cully Nagra, who fought Kazim, we hated that kick. It caused us no end of trouble.
Lovely front kick down the centre there by Charlie.
See, but he's just falling in with his hands. His legs are so good that he's spoiling his work with his hands.
But you know, as the pace drops a little bit, you sit down on your shots a little bit more because you haven't got the freshness in your feet. That's when you'll see the concussive shots come in. Again, both lads look pretty conditioned in the corner. They're not blowing heavy.
No, listen, both lads look fresh as a daisy, to be honest, as the term would go.
And it is a fast pace. Being the shorter rounds, 1.5 minute rounds, you feel like the fighters are trying to get everything done in that 90 seconds.
And this is something this is why women's boxing, if I'm to refer back to boxing, women's boxing's a little bit more entertaining than male boxing at the moment, because it's over them 2 minutes. This is what's so good about full contact kickboxing. It's over 2 minutes. There's so much action in them 2 minutes because you're trying to secure the judge's eyes.
They're squeezing 3 minutes of fighting into 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Yeah. So it makes it so much more exciting, and this is what these lads are doing in 1 minute and 30.
Head kick there by Charlie.
He's got a good array of techniques, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, good head kick again. But again, it falls in with that head kick.
I would just like to see him look for his shot a little bit more.
Yeah.
Shot selection.
It's more like this is what I like to throw. Oh, good 1-2 there. But again, he falls in with it. You can see he's got the ability.
I mean, it is hard to criticise because he is in total control of the contest.
Oh, of course. But if we're looking for the future of the sport, this is where he'll watch this back and listen to the critics of what he can do better in order to up his game and go on to that next level.
But that said, Carl, I mean, I'd love to be that good when I was 15 years old, do you know what I mean?
Listen, I was doing it from the age of 6. I wasn't this good at that age. Oh.
See, shot selection, looking through shot, picking it.
That was better then. See, he kind of took a step back, saw the spinning hook, it was there and threw it. Beautiful.
And again, you see a lot of the cadet fighters, junior fighters to cadet fighters, they fight kind of like on instinct. They don't overthink about what they're doing, they just do. Whereas I think when you go into like, you know, late teens, early adulthood, you're a little bit more conservative about your output and you're thinking about your shots a little bit more.
Daniels is feeling this now. He's kind of fell into his corner there and looks a little bit dejected.
Well, that's the thing, taking a fight at 1-2 weeks notice, you might be okay for the first 3 rounds, but it's the championship rounds where you'll get found out if you're not fit.
Yeah, and you can see he's struggling. See, there's something I'd like to see from the corner is let his arms rest, put his arms off the ropes, bring them down, then get some blood back to them arms. So,
360, and the follow-up round kick to the body caught him as well.
He really wants this stoppage, doesn't he? He really wants to make it a
little bit of a wardrobe malfunction. I think it's a shin pad on Daniels. Ronnie's that come at a good time for him. Stop that little bit of momentum.
The way he enters that round though there, Charlie, it just shows the confidence of the kid.
Yeah, he's got every tool in the book, Charlie has.
Good body kick.
It reminds me of something Dale Wood once said. He said he's got every tool in the book, but he always reaches for the hammer.
Yeah. See, I believe that body kicks sometimes That's what I used to invest my time in. When I was fighting, body kicks was my thing.
Take the body and the head will fall.
Yeah, of course.
See, I love this pace from Charlie, and this pace is probably out of necessity now because he's getting a little bit more tired.
Yeah, he's expended a lot of energy, sorry, I should say.
But he just looks more balanced when he doesn't overcommit.
Yeah, see, this is what I don't like to see from Charlie, is he falling in, and if he kept him just at arm's reach, he'd stop the kid without a shadow of a doubt.
The thing he's got to consider though is his output in rounds 1, 2 and 3 are affecting his work in the 4th and 5th round.
Yeah.
Good right hand over the top there by Charlie. Foot sweep to unsettle on the inside. But fair play to Daniels, he's still in there.
Oh, listen, he stood there all the way, and it hasn't been an easy night for him. But I tell you what, Daniels deserves some props here because he's stood there and he's trained every single time he can.
Yeah, it's definitely 5-zip on the scorecards to Charlie Bache, and a worthy British champion. But credit to Daniels stepping in at late notice and equipping himself well.
Do you know what we need to see? We need to see that obviously Charlie's got a good little fan base. We need to see this grow behind him now. Now he picks up this title. Let's hope another 15, 20 people come on board and support the youth for tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's something that this sport needs, where there's so much talent in that ring tonight that we need our local communities to support these lads.
Yeah, definitely a star of the future, Charlie Bache. It's a little bit of a moral victory though for Daniels, isn't it? Coming in late and hearing the final bell against a kid that's, notorious for hurting people.
100%. 100%. He's done himself some credit tonight. He stood there, he trained it every time he could. Yes, slightly I wouldn't say slightly outclassed, but he was outclassed tonight. But it's not to say that he can't come back and push on from here.
After 5 rounds, we go to the judges for a decision. This contest has been deemed a unanimous decision. To the winner and the new ICO British champion, in the blue corner, Charlie the Joker